Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I am Dante Payne, your host for this lovely show. And we got a exciting show for you today. It's about to go down. When I say it's about to go down, it's about to go down. Just because the draft is tomorrow. We got the Cubs and White Sox battling each other right now across town at Wrigley Field. And we had a lot of big blockbuster trades. NFL preseason is well, not preseason, training camp is drawing near. And we still don't know who will be the Bears kicker going into the season. So it's about to go down. Also got new music for Isaiah Sharkey, Christopher True Hood, and more here on the Dragonland Sports radio station. Like I said, welcome. If y'all just tuning in, or if y'all just popping up y'all apps and opening in, it's crazy. It's going down. We're going to start off our day off. Like I said, new music. We're going to listen to Christopher True Hood. And the song is called Be Better Than Good. Before I play this song, though, I'd like to mention there is a play coming up. Check that play out. July 19th and the 20th. I will post a link on all my social medias, so you can tune in, come rock with us. It will be streamed live on Facebook. So, like I said, if you got free time, come check that out. I'm going to be there. Just know that. I'm be in the building, chilling. Actually, I'm going to be in the building, being the stagehand, helping out. I can't necessarily chill, but you know, I'm going to be doing some work. So, I want y'all to tune in, rock in, and let that play go. He directed the play, he made the play, and he's also the singer of this song. So, without further ado, here's True Hood with Better Than Good to Me. Check this out on Dragon Sports Live here on the Chicagoland sportsradio.com station.
You're better than good. Take your time out for me. You show me all your many blessings for me. You never let your love die. You crucified and you hung high for me. And you've always been better than good. Show me what's right. Take your time, 'cause you're better than good to me. I need show me taking your time. You help me, let me know what's right. You take your man and reach out to man. 'Cause you're better than good to me. Never felt this way before. This love that you have for me, it shows. You always healing me. You're showing me what's real. This emotional feel, I never let it feel. When they nailed your hands to the cross, they took that pain from you. You show me that it's true. You died for me. You're better than good to me. You show me, taking my side. You show me that I'm lying. You take your hand, every trial to man. Cause you're better than good to me. Yeah, you're better from good to me. You show me all the many blessings I see to me. You keep me going, show me my way. Cause you're better than good. You're better than good to me. 3 days later, show the blessing never see. My Father, you showed the love that it means. You left me, oh, I know what that means. I preach, yeah, I pray, and I was always sing your word. That's all I want to do. I want to show you why. You take your time. Cause you're better than good. Cause you're better than good. I want to be you show me. You're taking your time. You show me it's fine. Every child to man. You're better than good. Better to me. Better from you to me. Show me all the many blessings I see to me. Show me my way. Cause you're better than good. You're better than good to me. God, all that comes from me. Show me your grace and mercy. Cause you're better than good. You're better than good to me. Yeah.
When you put it down like that, make a homie break his rule and call you right back. Made me feeling like we in the past. I'm that type of classic. Got me feeling good when you smiling right back. Hey, you know I never met a woman like you who be grabbing for the checks, pay for dinner with some sex on the side. Got a man going cross-eyed, perplexed by all the emotions when I'm with you and trying to ride. Know that euphoric feeling of love, something I don't really trust, but it's something natural, but really trying to cuddle up. Bet on this real. Gotta admit that all we meant just wanted something more than quitting the. Don't really care if I be playing for my thoughts. I made a ton of bad choices that derailed and rotted my heart. But now I'm out here trying to move on, trying to get a grip on my life. Fight for you that I vibe, baby. Know I see you peeping on my view. Got me feeling good and thinking that I could be something new with you. Like we in the 60s, got me thinking on that classic tuxedo and dress to match, like cigars in the back of this. Hey, you know I love it when you put it down like that. Make a homie break his rule and call you right back. Made me feeling like we in the past on some type of classic. Got me feeling good when you smiling right back. Hey, you know I love it when you put it down like that. Make a homie break his rule and call you right back. Made me feeling like we in the past on that type of classic. Got me feeling good when you vibing right back. Hey, there's other could've went with, but I chose. You no need to listen to your friends. The I did was in my past. Like it or not, they a little bit jealous of you. Wishing they sitting with me in the coupe, but I'm fixed on my boo, cruising down in the group, gazing up in the moon. I appreciate you, baby. Know you hold it down. Helped out with my fam when we was in the drought, all in doubt. Now I'm feeling better, all about myself. Thanks to you, I gave a chance to love it. Now you know I gotta say, you know I love it when you put it down like that. Made me break my golden rule and call you right back. Made me feeling like we in the past on that type of classic. Got me feeling good when you smiling right back now. You know I love it when you put it down like that. Made me break my golden rule and call you right back. Made me feeling like we in the past on that type of classic. Got me feeling good when you vibing right back, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was Tom Orlando Classy here on Dragon Sports Live. So, as I was mentioning earlier, it's going down. Draft is tomorrow. And I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of draft day trades that happen tomorrow. So, like, we had a couple big blockbuster trades and trades that was, they mentioned it before, but it didn't actually happen. So, we got a lot of those trades too. Speaking of blockbuster trade, let's hit on that real quick. So, the Lakers traded for Anthony Davis, but they packaged Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart and 3 first-round picks. This year's, tomorrow's draft pick, the number 4 pick. Also the 20, 21, and 23rd draft pick as well. So 3 picks for one guy. Anthony Davis clearly wanted to be out of, New Orleans. He didn't want to be in there anymore. So he got his wish, and he also gets the team up with LeBron. But since y'all traded your assist man in Lonzo Ball, whose dad was instantly, when the trade happened a couple days ago, instantly got on saying, "Oh, y'all gonna regret trading my son. Y'all not gonna win title. I promise you that." Percy LeVar, no offense to you, they got better because you're a point guard, and they can easily get another point guard. They got a couple of them. Let's see, you got Rondo. If they keep him, you got Rondo, who's a great point guard who can assist and he can also score. You also got Kyle Kuzma, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. And don't forget about, depending on what they do with their bench, because it's a lot of people that's free agents this summer, starting July 6th, they're free agents. So it's a lot of those people. But because of this big trade, everybody's like, oh, yeah, now the Lakers are in contention. We don't know that. The season hasn't even started yet. You have to think about, can they build that chemistry? Can a team, are they going to be missing a piece? They may be a good contending team. Don't get me wrong. But can they compete at that level together? Some people can't clash. So we have to wait and see what will happen. I'm going to say they are going to be in playoff contention this year. Especially LeBron don't necessarily have to play all 5 positions. The only thing, a lot of people say Anthony Davis may not fit. I think Anthony Davis will fit. He may not get the ball down low. In the post, he may get in the post. He may get outside. This is the thing. LeBron low-key picks up triple doubles, believe it or not. So he'll find Anthony Davis somehow, some way. They're going to connect on so many different things. But I feel like the Sparks is going to fly because it's going to be Lob City in Los Angeles and not in the LA Clippers, where it used to be when they had CP3, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin on the same team. But, that ain't happening. So it's not I do feel like they'll be a good squad together. They'll build a team up pretty well. But it all depends on who you get in the draft too, or what free agents you pick up that will coincide with what you already have, or re-sign the free agents that you got. So, yeah, that, I see that trade happening. I see that. What's the game plan? Now, we did have another trade that most of you probably know and most of y'all don't know. Michael Conley is now a Jazz. After he started his season with he's been with Memphis Grizzlies for a very long time. He was traded to the Jazz for Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, Drake Crowder, and the 23rd overall pick of, again, tomorrow's draft and a future first-round pick. The thing about that trade is you sent the man who came home, who basically returned back to where you started, off again, making him a journeyman. And he led the league in three-point percentage. He had a season where he led the league in free throws. And yeah, you can't do that. You can't beat that. Crowder will give you good buckets and some big buckets when need be. And Grace Allen, he's young, but he's still talented. He's still starting up. So because of that, they made that trade. That let me know the rebuilding process has officially begun with Memphis, because they already had got rid of Marc Gasol, sent them to Toronto, who of course won the championship with Toronto. You had got rid of your couple key players. So it was like at one point in time when it was tank season, you had a bunch of G League players that I ain't even heard of before. And I was like, who is this guy? And I had to look him up. I was like, oh, he's from G League. But let's talk about the Utah squad now. So the current Utah squad. You're going to have Michael Conley now, right? Dennis Smith Jr. And woo, sorry about that sneeze. Yes, it's a sneeze for anybody that's wanted. It is a sneeze. It just comes from the depths of my stomach, maybe my toes. But everybody got it, allergy season, all those cotton balls flying around the city. What could you say? It's going to be some sneezing. So I'm looking forward for this new Utah Jazz team. Now, I wonder what they're going to pick up since you gave up most of your role players, which means you guys are looking to pick up role players in the draft or picking up free agents. That's what I'm looking for. Because Kyle Korver, big men's off the bench. Drake Crowder, big men's off the bench. So it's like, Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So you got center Tony Bradley, Tyler Chavon, Dante Exum still. So would Exum get more time? Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert, or Joe Ingles? Donovan Mitchell still? Nato? Ricky Rubio? So, we're fairly decent in the guard spot as far as Utah is concerned. So, which means they're going to pick up more role players, more players, probably a wing player, another wing player to help out with that. And they're going to keep it moving. But when I say Michael Conley spent most of his season with the Grizzlies, it's, he's been 12 seasons. He's 31 years old. And we share the same birthday. Didn't know that. October 11th, he was born in 87. I was born in 89. That's kind of interesting to know. I didn't know that at all, actually, that we shared the same birthday. Now, that's what's up. My birthday twin. Okay. He's been with the Grizzlies since 2007. And I believe that's the year when they first came to Memphis, when they used to be the Vancouver Grizzlies. So, yeah. And Conley and Gasol, little side note, they hold most of the franchise records between the two. So, And his dad used to play ball. 6'1". He's going to be a good veteran presence on the Utah Jazz. So big ups to him on that. I can't believe it happened. But, you know, every team is rebuilding. At least some teams are making moves, unlike teams that we know should be making moves and not really making moves, which is our Chicago Bulls. But maybe they'll make moves on draft day. We don't know because they tend to do that. They tend to then they'll draft somebody you never even heard of sometimes. So they tend to do that. When you feel tired, but you're not tired, but it creeps up on you because you see somebody else do it, it's contagious. So contagious. Ouch. Pop my elbow here, funny bone, you know. It's not funny, but it's life. While we on the subject of trades, what about players that you didn't even know retired this year? So we have players like Al Jefferson, Chris Humphries. Everybody knows Tony Parker, Jared Henson, and that was it. They all retired this year, and two of those retires I didn't know, but they all retired. Henson kind of retired this year because he had 3 hip surgeries, and then trying to make a comeback, he tore his ACL, his Achilles heel. So he just was like, I'm done. I'm going to hang it up. But now he does sports announcing, or he's a sports analyst now. So, and he felt like it was time. Now, we do have a lot of players because either they're trying to get better contracts or they may leave in free agency to a different team. Jonah Valanciunas, who they traded for with Toronto for Marc Gasol. Jimmy Butler declined his option. Julius Randle, Rondé Holland Jefferson, Al Horford, Chris Middleton, Harrison Barnes all declined options. Now, the thing with Chris Middleton is it's speculated that he's going to he declined the option to sign a long-term deal with the Bucks, so he may stay put. Jimmy Butler, he wanted to see what happens in free agency, who's going to offer him more money, who's going to offer him that. And Al Horford, he wanted a 3-year deal, 3 to 4 year deal, which is already speculated that he's going to leave in free agency and go somewhere else. Harrison Barnes is looking, to get a better contract. Now, out of all these players that had contract extension, Al Horford, Harrison Barnes, and Jimmy Butler had the highest as far as like extensions. So, don't know what's going on in those minds of the front office or of those players. Don't know what to expect for them. Don't know what could be, what's in store. Like, could y'all get a max contract? Could y'all just get, the minimal 3-year? I feel like some of these players are close to retire, but some of them are young and still have that spunk, that energy. And like I said before, I predict there's going to be a lot of trades tomorrow. We already had the Hawks rejected the Knicks. Knicks are trying to move up, but I think they're going to hold on to grabbing RJ Barrett. Even though they worked out other draft prospects, they're going to hold on to drafting RJ Barrett, who, by the way, said he wants to be a Knick. It's like a lot of these players, when you realize it or when you look at it, they say they want to be Knicks. So let them be Knicks. If they want to be a Knick, you can, even though the draft is, you never know where you'll get drafted at or when your name will be called, but that that nervousness of when you do have your name called, that emotion that you have, it's a big step. Like, it's the next step. You stepped up and went over. That's that. Now, I did mention earlier, I said I had some new music, and I do have some new music. I have a new single from Isaiah Sharkey. Now, most of you guys may have seen him or heard him rip his guitar like no other with John Mayer. And which I love John Mayer's music, by the way. You also seen him bless the guitar, or I should say bless us with lovely tunes with D'Angelo as well. He gets around, but now he's doing his own thing. He's making music as always. He's been playing the guitar as long as I know him, for a very long time. And like I said, he just came out the new single. The new single was called Time. So here's Isaiah Sharkey with Time here on Dragon Sports Radio, here on the Chicagoland sportsradio.com station. Check it out. Give me 1 second. Because apparently it didn't want to play, so let me figure out what's going on. But in the meantime, you know, I can always talk to you guys. I can always chill. See if I can get it to cooperate. Nope. I'm having technical difficulties with that song. So instead of Time, I'm going to give you In the World, and then I'll figure out what's going on with Time, and then we'll get it. So check out In the World with Isaiah Sharkey. And then coming up, I will give you Time by Isaiah as well. Check it out.
Leave it up to me to give you everything you need. This love belongs to you. So let love come inside love. Love will conquer them all, and love you till the day comes. Our love will be the best, not just in the Once you're close to me, you'll then see all the seas I see. Won't have land close to you. Take this trip with me, looking for so hard gently, like the rain that falls from the sky. So let love come inside love. Love will conquer them all, and love you till the day comes. Our love will be the best, not just in the let love come inside love. Love will conquer them all. Said I'm gonna love you till the day comes. Our love will be the best, I'm gonna love you, baby. Said I'm gonna love you, baby. Yeah, yeah. In the world of you, I'm gonna give you all my love, baby. And I love you, baby. And I'm gonna love you, baby. It's been 6 minutes, 4 hours, and a day since the last time I saw your face. I don't know how much more I can take. I'm needing you here right now, right away. I want you around always, and I will hold you down all the way. Girl, I just wanna take my time, and if you don't mind, I'll make you fall in love tonight. Oh girl, won't you let me blow your mind? And if you don't mind, I just wanna take my time. Yeah. It just gets better and sweeter. Every time we touch, I won't take you for granted, because this love means so much. You feel your heart and mind, and let me be the one to lay by my side. Oh girl, I just wanna take my time, and if you don't mind, I'll make you fall in love tonight. Oh girl, won't you let me blow your mind? Let me take my time, give you my time. I'm totally dedicate my time. Let me love the way I know you. Just come my way, whenever you go. Baby, Make this love feel real good. I can give you everything. Oh, baby, give it time. Oh, I just wanna take my time. Don't make you fall in love with me. You let me brown down. I just wanna take my time. I just wanna take my time. Don't I'll make you fall in love tonight. Trying to blow your breath, I just want to take my time. Baby, won't you let me take my time? Don't
Chicagoland Sports Radio is your home for all the latest Chicago sports news. CSR is not only the home to the most entertaining and informative shows in Chicago, but covers all the top college and high school games as well. Big guests and bigger personalities. This is your home for the greatest debates in sports, broadcasting live from State Street and the South Loop. For all of the news, analysts, and interviews to keep you informed, log on to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com to listen live. Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
Lights, camera, action. Hey there, I'm Dante Payne. I am the founder and CEO of Dragon Jump Productions. Dragon Jump Productions specializes in media production based in Chicago. We offer services in graphic design, photography, as well as videography. We also work with models as well. So if you got an idea for a photo shoot or you need to be branded, let us help you make your brand. Dragon Jump Productions will claw their way into stardom by making you look great. So if you want to book that next photo shoot with Dragon Jump Productions, reach out to dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Again, that's dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Let us take you and make you great. Book now with Dragon Jump Productions.
Chicagoland Sports Radio is your home for all of the latest Chicago sports news. CSR is not only the home to the most entertaining and informative shows in Chicago, but covers all of the top college and high school games as well. Big guests and bigger personalities. This is your home for the greatest debates in sports. Broadcasting live from State Street in the South Loop. For all of the news, analysts, and interviews to keep you informed, log on to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com to listen live. Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
Welcome back to Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, and if you just tuning in and it's go down, I think I just like saying that. It's about to go down. Ooh, as my iPad went down. But so the NFL and the NCAA team up to make improvements. So they will have been focused on where the concussions is actually 24% lower this year compared to recent years. It's been going down, as they collaborate to make it safety for the players. But here's the only issue that I have with that. I would love for the players to be safe, but it should be a way where, see, remember back in the day, like if you got hit, you got rocked. I mean, if you weren't ready for that hit, you got laid out. It still should be a way where you can hit hard, but still keep it safe at the same time. That's how I feel about it. Like, I want the players to stay safe. I want them to be safe from injury, harm, and all that, and won't get a concussion. That's why technology is advancing. You constantly make things better and better, but don't change the game up. On top of that, to implement review of pass interference pretty much has been approved, and it's like a decision that, you know, that's crucial to the game or could actually cost you the game. Sometimes those plays be wrong. Like, you make that play, and then when all the fans see and they start booing, and then they is like, you can't challenge it. It's like that, like, it should be able to be reviewed. Or sometimes y'all have to huddle together to figure out what was called. What y'all just got to take y'all time and do it. I'm down for that. So it's like, I'm down for the new improvements that's coming to the NFL. And while the Bears are on a little break until late July, we had Josh McCown, who played for the Bears but also started in Arizona. He declared his He retires from the NFL and joins ESPN as an analyst. And, you know, it was 17 years ago when Josh McCown first stepped foot on the NFL field. So he's been around for quite a while. Even though he's been, you know, he hasn't really had the starting position like that. He's been the lead backup, but last team he was with was the Jets, so that leaves Sam Darnold, you know, to take the reins. And they going with him as the franchise quarterback, and you don't have a exclusive backup necessary that, you know, can actually produce some things, because he can produce, even though the times he was in, he did produce for those things. What it been for the Bears, what it been for the Browns, the Cardinals. The Cardinals. I said it right. He was able to produce. And it's sad to lose Broncos owner Pat Bowlen, who passed away last week. And the team's plans to honor him, but they're not changing the name of the stadium, though. They're going to honor him a different way. They're just not going to change the name, even though the fans want them to change the name. Like, if the name of the stadium stands there, I'm like, y'all honor me a different way. It don't matter if y'all, like, it don't matter how you honor me, because regardless, your family is going to appreciate it. Your people is going to appreciate it. Everybody's going to appreciate it. So you don't necessarily have to, you know, rename a stadium or anything after that person. You will be honored regardless, because, like I said, you was the team owner. And even though, you was the team owner, you had to do what you got to do. And you did what you had to do. So the team's going to honor you. They're just not changing the name. They're not going to change the name of the stadium, but they're going to honor you. So fans, let that team be. Even though y'all want them to change the name, let them be. So that's all I can say about that. Top of that, Tevin Smith is fined $88,000 for missing the mandatory mini camp, the 3-day mini camp. Here's the thing. He announced it was about 2 months ago. Well, a month ago, that he was stepping away from football. Now, here's the thing. He's going to continue to get fined, not going practice, because as long as he remains on the roster. And personally, the thing I think you should have did was, if you're going to step away from football, at least do the retirement paperwork so you can avoid fines. That way, if you decide to come back, or if you decide to, you know, whatever you decide to do, you'll be able to come back. You won't get fined for, like, missing camp, missing practice, and stuff like that. Like, the team announced that he was leaving. Well, he announced via Instagram that he was stepping away from football, and he got the support from his teammates as well. But it's like, man, why? But the crazy thing about Tevin is he was leading the team in tackles. He was leading the league in sack. Like he had a good season last year. So it's like he got to focus on himself. And sometimes that always can be the best decision. Like if you're not focused on yourself, then like if you're not focused mentally, then you know you got to do what you got to do. Because he had 100+ tackles in his four of his first 5 seasons. So it's like you're not doing something. It's something that's causing you to feel that way. And whatever it is, give them time to figure it out. But I would at least work something out with the team so you don't keep getting fined. Because according to NFL regulations, they have to fine you. Missing minicamp, they have to fine you. Some people miss minicamp just because they want contract extensions and stuff like that. But they have to fine you. And Michael Roberts, who was picked up by the Packers, is now waived by the Packers because he failed the physical. You know, you might need to figure that out. Need to figure out what's going on. Like, something is going on. Something is not right. I don't know. Need to figure that out. Ravens QB, though. He's a backup QB. Trace McSorley is working out as a punt returner. So since you got Lamar Jackson, he's going to work as catching the ball and returning. And, you know, high school, you play multiple positions in far as football. And, you know, sometimes you play multiple positions in college. You don't like a person like, okay, perfect example. We had one Menzel, I should say, for the Bears. He went to wide receiver. He was a running back, but looking at the depth of the running backs for the Bears, I would have went to wide receiver too. And I would go to one punt return. We also had a left guard or a right tackle go to tight end, who, you know, scored a couple touchdowns. He actually got some pretty good hands. If you watch some of the training, the midseason, he has some good hands. So you never know. Like, people can play multiple positions. Ty Montgomery, for example, when he's with the Packers, he had multiple. He played wide receiver, tight end, and running back. So it's, you know, it's a difference. Huge difference. Moving on along, switching over to Major League Baseball. San Diego Padres, Manny Machado is to appeal a 1-game suspension for running to the ump, and he claims that he didn't run into the ump. He was like, I didn't run into you. Like, sometimes you can't stop yourself. You can't control yourself. Sometimes it just happens. So he didn't. He said he didn't run into the ump. But he'll be all right. Atlanta Braves. Sean Newcomb is placed on a 7-day concussion list. Even though he passed all of the concussion tests to make sure that he was good, they're going to place him on a 7-day concussion list just in case, just for precaution and, you know, just to make sure he's all right. Give him a couple times to see, you know, give him a couple days of rest. And you'll be back. He'll be back. Now, y'all know today is round 2 of the Crosstown Classic between the Cubs and White Sox. Most people always ask me what fan I am. I'm a fan of both. Because when you live in Chicago and you live where I lived at, you are smack dab in the middle of both Cubs and White Sox. If you go this way to your left, you're hitting Cubsville. If you go to the right, you're hitting Soxville. So it's like when you smack dab in the middle, you got no choice but to go for both. right? That's how I look at it. You got no choice to go for both. That game kicks off in exactly 9 minutes. So which means, and it's you can catch it on ESPN Plus too, by the way. Which means I'm gonna be hiding somewhere watching the game. But the Sox did beat the Cubs yesterday 3-1. And the funny thing about that is you had Eloy, who was traded by the Cubs to the Sox for Quintana, slam a home run yesterday in the ninth inning, which was kind of funny because it was like, yeah, he wanted to hit one in Wrigley, and he did as the opposing team, and he said it felt really good. So they'll play at 7 again tonight, and then they'll play again. Yeah, they'll play again on the night. They play again tonight, and then they'll play again in a couple days at Sox Stadium. So guaranteed rate field, which that's the best way to roll. But it was big ups on that win. Their Sox is currently sitting in third in their conference, and Cubs is sitting second. If the Brewers lose, they move up back into first. Right now, Brewers play against San Diego at 9:10 Central. It's the start time of that game. And then Stanton is back for the Yankees. He's been out since April 1st. And Aaron Judge may be back this Friday for them as well. So that's two key players that you need, two key sluggers who can hit the ball with power is coming back into your lineup, which gives them reprieve. But here's the crazy thing. Yankees are still sitting in first, even though those two were out, because you had your other players step up. Everybody did as a team, and that's the best way to roll. So I know. With that being said, guys, I'm going to let y'all go out to my intro, and then I'm going to catch you next week. Same time, same channel. Dragon Sports Live here on the Chicagoland SportsRadio.com station. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Peace out.